build the list itself in a separate function, extract that from handle submit. So renderList looks like this. It receives some data. Doesn't really have to be a person, right? Now that we're just looping over all the keys there, it doesn't really matter what it is. We create a list, a UL, and we loop over the keys in that object, the data that was passed in, and we do exactly what we saw below. Create a list item out of that, append it, and return the list. So then back in handle submit, this person here is our data. So I just say const list equals render list person. And now look how simple handle submit is. I get the data from the form. I grab the stats div. I build my list. And handle submit doesn't need to know exactly how that works. It just needs to tell it, hey, build me the list. You do your thing. I'm going to be over here waiting for it. And then when that's done, we append it to the div. So now handle submit is responsible for way less stuff, which makes it much easier to figure out what it's doing. And all of these are relatively simple too. And they don't need to have anything to do with a form, right? They don't need to know that this data came from a form. It doesn't matter. It's just data. So I could use renderList again in isolation. I can make myself an object. Const meals equals breakfast French toast, second breakfast eggs, lunch. What are you having for lunch today, Olivia? Sandwiches. Dinner. What's for dinner tonight, Todd? Anybody not having a Matt, what are you having for dinner? Cool. Yeah, that's right. So there we go. I have my meals object. Yeah, later. So now I have my meals object. Now could I call render list and pass it meals? Here's my UL. Look at that. Breakfast French toast, second breakfast eggs. There, we made a general purpose, build a list out of a thing. Cool. So now this is a very flexible function, so if we totally change what this list is about, because we extracted that, we would have to change very, very little. Just the part that actually deals with the form data, which is all the form submit handler should really have to worry about. You dig? This thing is much better now.